BreeSimulated here. Today I am back to present to you a jungle adventure-esque speed build. So I think I've called this the couples retreat. The couples retreat? I'm not sure, you'll see it on the video and the thumbnail. But it's basically a retreat or a resort hotel, I'm not sure what they call them. Like one of the rentals in the holiday worlds. The visitation, the destination, something, I'm not sure what they call them. Anyway, so basically it is a little house you can rent in Salvadorada, and it is just perfect for a couple or even just a single person on their own who's coming to stay here to explore the jungle, to explore the temples, to do whatever they please. Even just lounging around in this place would be so relaxing. So right now it's going to be kind of boring. I'm just getting in all the shrubbery, or I don't know, you guys might love this, let me know. But I'm just getting in a whole heap of shrubbery, and right now you can see I'm going into some very adventurous fields here. I'm about to create a pond. So I wish I had made this a bit bigger, but I think I actually do like it the smaller size that it is, because if it had been any bigger it would have like overshadowed the house. The house is quite oblong and like skinny and small, but because it's 2-story it doesn't look small. If I had left it as 1-story it would have looked small, but yeah, if I had done this much bigger it would have been almost as wide as the house, if that makes sense. So I didn't want to make it too big. I wanted to make it look like maybe there was like a rock pool almost, like there were some rocks in a ditch-ish thing where the land went down, and there like the water had just accumulated over time. It's kind of mucky, it's kind of dirty, and I'm sorry if you can hear screaming children outside. It's school holidays here in Australia when I'm filming this, and I live in an apartment like unit block, so there's like 8 other people living in, well 8 including myself. 8 lots of people living in a very close vicinity, and many of them have many children. And basically I'm pretty sure all these apartments are exactly the same, just like flipped so that the doors don't like intersect. But basically it's just 8 units of 2-bedroom apartments. So you'd expect most of the people to be like couples, like younger people. Nope, like it's like big huge families live here. Like, I don't know, me and my like roommate struggle just to live here, and like it's not bad, it's not really a struggle, but it's like we get by okay and it's spacious enough for us, you know. But if we were to have like literally 5 children, like I'm pretty sure some of the mothers in this apartment block do, which I'm not hating on that, you can have as many children as you want, whatever, but like I would not be able to live with my own children. I don't think they would make it through the school holidays. In living in a 2-bedroom apartment, I'm pretty sure one of the mothers in this apartment block has 5 kids. Now she doesn't have them all the time. I'm pretty sure that she's has split parenting with her partner or whoever the children's father is, because not all of them are here all the time. So like I guess that's maybe why she still has like a 2-bedroom apartment with so many kids, because maybe they're not all here overnight. But during the day, boy do these kids make their presence known. Basically the stairwell comes up and there's like a little like 2-meter area between the front stairs and the back stairs, and basically that's the only area that's like cement, that like the grass area in the backyard, I'm doing air bunnies when I say backyard, is literally like weeds and like prickles, and like you would not be able to play out there as a child without your whatever ball you were playing with getting like poked and like deflated. So I understand why her children play on the stairwell, but they have to bounce their ball right against my wall. Like literally, my wall that I'm sitting here right now at my computer, at my desk, literally backs the stairwell, and they're always bouncing the ball on that wall. Like, if they turn around and bounce it the other way, they'd be bouncing it on their own apartment's wall, and that's fine. It wouldn't be as loud. I'd still be able to hear it, yes, correct, but you're bouncing it on my wall. Like, I can imagine the mother's like, stop bouncing the ball on the wall, bounce on the other wall. And it's like, they're your children. Bounce on your own wall. But yeah, I understand not everyone can live in ideal family homes with their children. It's not possible for everyone, but this is really irritating because I'm young and I'm living here because I don't have enough money to live anywhere else, which I guess is why a lot of people are living here. These houses aren't exactly desirable. But it's just irritating when you're trying to film and you can't just go out there and say, "Excuse me, can you please be quiet?" because I'm actually terrified of all of my neighbours. My neighbours are very scary. I think the only time I've ever talked to them is when they come upstairs to tell me that I've parked in the wrong parking spot, or that my bin's at the wrong point on the footpath. But if you guys want some stories about my crazy neighbours, then I could do a full video on that. But right now I'm going to stop, otherwise I'm pretty sure I'm going to give myself an aneurysm with how mad I'm getting just thinking about the things they said to me. Anyway, on Twitter I had been alluding to the fact that I was getting a personal trainer. So I wanted to tell you guys a little quick story about that. So we've got about 15 minutes until the end of this video. Let's see if I can fit in a bit of the story. So basically, I was looking for a personal trainer because back in my hometown I used to go to a gym. And I loved going to the gym, but when I moved I didn't find a gym that I liked, and I just had never gone because I got busy with my university and then I started YouTube more intensely, and I just didn't want to. But I think I was watching the Gabby Show's transformation video, and it got me really inspired to get back into working out. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So I basically got in contact with like a site where you post what you want. So I posted a flag, like a post for a personal trainer, and these people got in contact with me. So I posted the thing on the Wednesday, I think, and then at like literally dinner time, I was in the middle of eating my dinner at 6 p.m. One of the people who'd sent me an email called me. So they sent me an email that afternoon saying, if you want to have 2 free trial sessions with us, either give us a call on this number or visit our website. So I thought, I am going to visit your website. Like, if there's an option to not call you, that's what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to call anyone. I'm gonna go ahead and take the website option. So I was gonna do that later that night once I'd finished all my university work, but he called me literally while I was eating dinner. So he called me and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, okay, whatever, let's set up a trial session. Like, I felt like I couldn't say no, but like I hadn't researched it yet, so I wanted to research it for myself, but I couldn't because I was on the phone to him, and I just felt kind of awkward and pressured. But I know that his intentions weren't to pressure me. Like, I could have said no if I wanted. It's just me being awkward. I chose to say yes in a situation where I might have said no if I could have done the research on my own. But anyway, he called me and told me, let's say Joshua was going to text me the next day, and on Thursday we were going to go and meet at the park near my house to do a session. I'm like, awesome. So I planned my whole week. Actually, I think this one was scheduled for Monday. So Monday I was going to meet Joshua in the park. Right? So he says, Joshua will message you tomorrow. I'm like, awesome, can't wait to hear from Joshua. So then, basically, the whole next day passes, and Joshua doesn't message me. So that was on the Friday, so he was meant to message me on the Saturday, and he didn't. So I thought, it's okay, it's the weekend, maybe he was having a day off, maybe he had a birthday, I don't know his life, I don't know his story, but I'll forgive him. Let's see if he messages on the Sunday. Nope, doesn't message on the Sunday. And I think, well, it is the weekend, so I'll just go ahead and message the guy who originally called me and just say, hey, like, is my session still on? What's up? And he said, let me get out my phone, because at this point I have receipts. He says, I said, hi, it's me, my name. I got a phone call Friday night about booking a session for Monday at the park. Just checking this is still all good for tomorrow. So this is Sunday, 2:11 p.m. And he says, hey, just confirming with Joshua now. We'll let you know as soon as possible. That's at 3 o'clock. So it took him 50 minutes to reply with that. And I replied 1 minute later saying, perfect, thank you. 3 hours later, apparently that was as soon as possible. 3 hours later, sorry for the slow reply. Would it be possible to move tomorrow's session to Thursday? So sorry for the late notice. And I said, no, that is absolutely fine. Like, I understand it was the weekend. Maybe he couldn't get in contact with Joshua, and maybe he didn't know that Joshua had something else on, whatever. So I understand it's a weekend, whatever. So then I say, no, that's fine by me. And he says, thank you. One of our trainers, let's call him Marcus, is coming to see you as he is closer. So at this point I'm picturing he contacted Joshua, and Joshua was like, oh, I'm not going out all that way. Like, I don't know, I felt like I was inconveniencing Joshua because he was like, Marcus is closer. So yeah, so he said, I'll get Marcus to message you tomorrow. So this was Sunday. Marcus was meant to message me Monday. As you can probably guess what's going to happen, Marcus did not message me on Monday. And then basically it was the next on Tuesday at 11 a.m. So a day and a half after he was meant to message me, Marcus messages me. Hi, my name is Marcus. I'm with the personal training people that should not be mentioned. And you have been talking to the other guy. He has booked a trial session with me. The first being on Thursday. If you can text me back to confirm this, that would be great. I'm just gonna let you know I'm fixing up all of his spelling mistakes and grammar and bad word choice here. But it's just worded so poorly. There is no capital letters, no punctuation besides too many full stops. No, even his name, he doesn't use a capital. It just seems really unprofessional. There's a lot of misspelled words. A lot of words where he's like, my name Marcus. It's just not adding up grammarly. And I'm just thinking, if you were a personal trainer and you were booking your bookings off your phone, wouldn't you have your autocorrect on? Wouldn't you have your auto capitalization on? I just don't understand. Anyway, so to say, hi, yes, this is still all okay. Where would you like to meet? Because he hadn't said where to meet. He'd said everything else, so I was like, maybe he wants to meet somewhere else, I don't know. So he says, the other guy told me this park, this specific park. I, however, don't actually know where that is. I'm just like, is that a sentence? What? Can you give me a street name? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm like, yeah, it's on this road, and I literally Google Maps it and sent him the link. I said, if it's easier, we can meet somewhere else, then walk over. I'm not really sure how this works. And he says, I'm happy to meet there, that's no problems at all, pretty standard to meet at a park. Or one sentence. Pretty standard to meet at a park. I don't know, that just caught me off guard. I was just it made me angry. I'm like, you're the one who just said you didn't know where it was and you were so confused about the street and the address and whatnot. And I'm suggesting something easier and you're acting like I'm asking you out on a date. No, I was just asking for something easier. And then, so he says, looking forward to meeting you, full stop, Thursday, the time, full stop. We'll send you a reminder on Wednesday night. So as you can see, once again, this promise for a message on a certain day is not confirmed. So on the Tuesday, he says, I'll message you tomorrow to remind you the day before Thursday. I say, perfect, thank you. And he says, hi, just a reminder of your booking today. So Thursday at 12 p.m, he messages me for my booking that day, which is literally only an hour or two away at this point. So it's what's the point? You said you were going to message me Wednesday night. Why'd you even bother saying that? If you weren't going to message me Wednesday night, then why'd you say you were going to? Why didn't you just not and then remind me Thursday morning? I don't know. So then I said, see you then. And he said, hi, I'm about 5 minutes away. I took a wrong turn and got lost. And I'm just like, alright, no worries. Hi, I'm parked near a building. Are you sitting on a park bench? And I'm like, yes, I'm wearing this coloured shirt. And he said, yep, I see ya. And it's I don't know, this just seems really unprofessional to me. Say oh, I'm lost. I don't know, if I was him, I would have just said, I'm running late, I'll be there soon. And then I don't know, it just seemed like even though I'd said, hey, how about if we meet here? He's like, no, it's pretty standard to meet there. He then got lost and then he couldn't find me. He didn't know who I was in the park. He had to ask me, is that you? And just for someone who said it's pretty standard, oh, it's pretty easy. There were a lot of issues that we ran into that could have been solved if we did my idea, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Basically, we started doing the workout and stuff, and we didn't warm up at all. And I hadn't, and I told him this, I hadn't worked out in about 2.5 months because since I've moved here, as I said, I haven't found another gym, and I've been busy with uni, and then I got into YouTube, and I've only just now decided that I want to get back into working out, so I haven't worked out since I moved. I told him this, but we literally went straight into working out, literally no stopping, no nothing, boom, working out. And I was just like, are we serious? This is hurting, it's cramping. I was feeling sick because I'd just taken my puffer. That's my fault. I should have taken my puffer earlier, an hour before, but I took it literally as he was pulling up, so that's my bad. I should have taken it earlier. And sometimes that does make me feel kind of sick in the stomach, so basically we're doing all this working out, pretty intense for the fact that I hadn't worked out in a while. And then we get the moment and I'm having a drink and he's like, so how are you feeling? I'm like, I feel kind of sick, I don't feel great, I feel kind of dizzy. And he just goes, that's extreme. And then we keep on working out, let's go do this now. I'm like, I just told you I don't feel well. I thought when I told him that he'd be like, oh, sit down, have a drink, are you okay? He would check up on me and see if I was okay. I thought he would be concerned, but he was just like, that's a bit extreme. Acted like it was a acted like I was like calling him out, or like, I don't know, acted like I was saying that his workout was making me feel that way. I don't know, like, that's extreme. Like, yeah, it is. I don't know. I just don't feel good. I'm just being honest. Like, it was just weird that he made that remark, and then he was literally like, okay, let's go over here and do these workouts. And I'm just like, I just told you I don't feel great. Like, and I was like, okay, and kept on working out, but I didn't feel good, and it felt like I was literally about to vomit. I had to stare at, like, the floor and not look at anything, because even just looking at, like, the grass slightly moving in the breeze, I was like, I'm gonna vomit. I don't feel well. But I ended up being fine. I got over it. But my point is if you're with a client and they say, like, I feel like I'm about to chuck, like, I'm about to blow chunks, and you're just like, let's keep going. Surely you'd be like, hey, okay, let's sit down, let's take a minute. Like, I don't know. So he was late. He was about 10 minutes late. And he told me about the pricing. So the pricing is $70 for 45 minutes. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done personal training before, but that is quite expensive. I got other quotes from other companies since I'd put up the flyer, like other people had responded to me, and they're offering $60 for an hour. And he's offering $70 for 45, like, or I'd had other companies getting in touch with me and they said they offer like $1 a minute. So if you do half an hour, it's 30 minutes. If you do 45 minutes, it's $45, not $70 for 45 minutes. So I'm like gobsmacked at this point. And I'm just like, what? How can you be charging that much? It's so expensive. Like, I think, okay, it must be worth it, whatever. And then we do the session, and it definitely was not worth $70. Like, if I had to have paid for that, I would have refused, because we literally did barely anything, and, like, not barely anything, but just, like, stuff I could have just done at home, like, and I'm thinking, I could just do this on my own. I don't need a personal trainer, like, I don't really see the point in paying this much money for this, so I didn't really want to book a second session. But then before I could say no, he was like, oh, so what are you doing next week? I'm like, uni goes back, and he's asking me about that, and I'm saying what days I go and what days I have off, and he's like, okay, so on this day, let's have our session at this time. And I was just like, okay. So basically, I had my first session on the Thursday, and now I've got my next session on the Monday, and I'm gonna be honest, when he, like, said goodbye and left, he left, and it was, like, the session was meant to go for 45 minutes, and it was just 45 minutes past the hour, but he was 10 minutes late. So I technically only got like 35 minutes of time, so I felt kind of ripped off. Like, my first session was cut short, to say, because he was late. So I don't know, there's been a lot of dodgy vibes, and like, just the way he would talk to me was kind of unprofessional. Like, he was swearing and stuff, which I guess he thought maybe because I was young that was okay, but like, what happens if I wasn't okay with swearing? What happens if I didn't like people swearing at me? Like, not at me, but around me. Like, I don't know, it was just a little bit odd. Different to any experience I've ever had at like a gym or with a personal trainer before, that's for sure. But basically, yeah, and the whole time he was just like trash talking other personal trainers, saying like, oh, other trainers would do this, and like, oh, if you went through this company, they did that. And it's like, yeah, I don't care what other companies do. Right now I'm with you. Like, I want you to tell me why you're awesome. I want you to tell me what you're going to do for me. Like, but he wasn't. He was just trash talking other people, and it was like, that's not making me want to stay with you, like, to train with you. That's making me think like, okay, now I know why not to be with that person. But like, you know, it's just sort of like when politicians do that as well. They don't say why you should vote for them, but they say why you shouldn't vote for the other person. Like, it doesn't help me want to vote for you. Like, I don't know, it might just be me overreacting. But basically, I walk away, he goes to his car and leaves, like at the 45 leaves, even though he's only been there for half an hour. And I'm walking away, and I'm in a lot of pain at this point. I don't feel well, I can't really breathe, and I'm feeling sick, and my legs are so jelly-like. And I think it's because we got straight into working out, and we didn't stretch or warm up at all, and we did straight onto leg work, like squats, lunges, all this kind of stuff with my legs. And I hadn't worked out for 2.5 months, so obviously my body wasn't ready to do lots of working out. And also, we didn't warm up at all. My muscles were so, like, not ready to work out. And yeah, that just really sucked. It was so painful, and today I'm still in so much pain. Like, if I'm in this much pain on Sunday, I'm gonna have to tell him I can't come on Monday, because it's just so painful. I can barely even get up to walk to get a drink. So I don't know, maybe I pulled a muscle, maybe I'm just being a wimp, but I've never felt this pain before, even when I used to work out every day, and I used to do leg day like every Wednesday for an hour and a half. I've never felt my legs being this much pain from working out. So let me know if you have any feedback on my story, and I hope you liked the build. I know I just talked through all of it, but I hope that you love it and that you download it off the gallery and use it for your couples when they come to Salvadorada for a little escape. I thought it'd be really great for like a honeymoon or for younger couples exploring the jungle together, but basically I just created a very open plan concept because I thought it'd be awesome to let all the jungle air in whilst you're relaxing. But I hope you have a snazzy day. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.